What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, bringing you yet another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle today against Mark. And I'm pretty sure he's a subscriber/follower on Twitter. This battle was a while ago, so I don't remember for certain, but I'm pretty sure he is. Now anyway, today we're having a mixed tier match, and we've got stuff just from all over the spectrum, and I'll go into that in a second. But before we do that, just want to remind you guys that as long as this video reaches that magical number of 60 likes, I will continue to bring you these lovely daily double Wi-Fi battle uploads and all of that good stuff. Now today we are having the two 6v6 Wi-Fi battles just because Battle Spots and the PGL, they were under maintenance when I tried to record, as I mentioned in the last battle. So that is that. Tomorrow we will have two Battle Spot episodes, and then hopefully we'll get back to one Wi-Fi 6v6 and one Battle Spot. You know the drill. Now today, our opponent's bringing some interesting stuff. Going to go into that here. I guess we can do that now. No more wasting time. He's bringing a Latios, which I'm freaking scared of, because my team is not going to be able to take that on very well at all. Crawdaunt, Tyrantrum, Zebstrika, Rotom-Frost, and Mega Mawile. So very, very interesting team. He's got stuff in NU. He's got stuff that, I don't know, looks like it could be RU. I mean, like, Tyrantrum, I don't know if it's considered RU at this point. Haven't played the new RU tier, but whatever. Crawdaunt is BL, and then Mega Mawile and Latios are obviously going to be OU. Rotom-Frost was NU last generation, so was Zebstrika, I believe. But anyway, that's besides the point. We just got stuff from all over the place. My team's pretty much the same thing. I've got the Heliolisk, Crobat, which you've seen a lot of, Executor, Scizor, Umbreon, which you've seen a lot of lately because I've discovered the power that is Umbreon, and Starmie for just, you know, spinning stuff. It's more of like an offensive spinner type deal. It's usually how Starmie's used. Anyway, let's get into the battle here. And Mark is issuing a challenge. Okay, so let's get into it. I am bringing the Heliolisk as my lead because I didn't see anything that wanted to take a Volt Switch, so I'm not really worried about leading off with him. He didn't have any ground types. He could potentially have the Lightning Rod on the Zebstrika, so I do need to be careful of that, however. But I don't think he's going to switch into that on the first turn. He's just going to Mega Evolve. He gets the Intimidate off with the original Mawile, the non-Mega version. But that doesn't mean anything to Heliolisk. Heliolisk doesn't care about that. Does not care whatsoever, so I'm just going to Volt Switch out, and it actually does quite a bit of damage, so I'm pretty happy with that. Going to go into Executor because I can take any physical hits this thing wants to throw my way, including the Iron Head. Look how well he takes that. He's going to go for the Sucker Punch there, I predicted that, and I go for the Leech Seed, but I missed. I missed the Leech Seed, 90% accuracy. Oh, no. That happens to me a lot, by the way. And that's what I get for using moves that don't have 100% accuracy. I land the second Leech Seed, so that part is nice, but he's going to hit me up with a Fire Fang, and somehow I survive with 2 HP because Executor is so thick, it is unbelievable. I don't understand how this thing was NU last generation. I really don't. Not getting it. Going to harvest my Citrus Berry. Well, no, I didn't harvest it. I ate it because I was hungry. Deal with it. Deal with it. I'm able to get behind a sub, so things are looking okay for me at this point. They really are, because my defense isn't terrible. You know, I know Fire Fang did a lot of damage and everything, but now that I have this little thing going where I can protect, I can substitute, I can, you know, try to stall out until when I do harvest my Citrus Berry, things are looking good. And I really don't have any other option. Nothing else on my team can take on this Mawile. So this is what this is what I've resorted to. And I'm not ashamed of it, because there's literally nothing else I can do. We'll just sweep through my entire team with Sucker Punches and Play Roughs, and it would be a horrible time. Horrible, horrible time. He's going to switch out here because he does not want to give up his Mega Mawile just yet. And that was a good play on his part. I decided to go for the substitute, and that did not work out because I didn't have enough HP. I did not. I think it may have been just by 1. I'm not entirely positive, but I think I had 50 HP. I needed 51. Oh well. I guess I calculated that wrong, but I made a little bit of a risky play here going for the Leech Seed on this Zebstrika just because it can potentially have the Sap Sipper. That isn't normally a common thing to be ran on these Pokemon, I mean, not that I see them very often, but usually they would run Lightning Rod with a special moveset just because that works better, but I'm not seeing the Sap Sipper. He does get a speed boost due to the Flame Charge off the crit, mind you, but it still doesn't kill me, and I get a Giga Drain off, so I'm going to get a lot of HP back, and it looks like I'm about to win this battle against the Zebstrika, which is fantastic. Once I get that out of the way, Heliolisk will be able to come in and just spam electric-type moves all day without worrying about if this thing's going to come in. His speed is kind of through the roof at this point, just because he's at +2. I think he's at +2 now with the Flame Charges. And it does a decent amount of damage, but nothing for me to really be scared of. Going to hit him up with a Giga Drain here. That does get a crit, but it is meaningless because he was going to go down to that regardless. So down goes the Zebstrika. Many props to you for using one, by the way. I want to use one myself, but I need to get one bred. I don't have one that's, you know, IV'd and all that stuff. So I'm going to get my Citrus Berry, and that puts me back up at a decent health range. And this Exeggutor is just giving his team fits. Absolutely giving his team fits. So he's going to go for the Dragon Dance, and I haven't really seen a lot of Tyrantrums, and mine is a like Stealth Rocking lead type Pokemon, so I haven't seen what the Stealth Rock, or not the Stealth Rock, the Dragon Dance ones like to do. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to take this opportunity and set you up with a Leech Seed and just leech off of you like the leechy leech that I am. Haha, yes, there is my Citrus Berry. I'm harvesting that. And now he's going to hit me up with a Fire Fang. And that's going to be super effective, +1 attack. Tyrantrum already has just incredibly high attack. I'm not sure if that mattered due to the strong jaw boost, but he does get a crit and it kills me. So, I don't know. I didn't calc it, but it would have been close. And I honestly think that it probably just would have killed anyway, just because of that strong jaw boost. Alright, so in comes the Mawile to take the incoming Bullet Punch. It was extremely obvious, but I am banded, and that's just going to straight up destroy this Mawile. And I don't know if he was, you know, trying to save that as fodder, if he thought he might live, but regardless, it ends up being fodder. So that gives him a free switch into his Latios, and that is a problem for me. I do have Umbreon, which is specially defensive, and I expected I don't know, I expected some kind of special move. He actually has the Hidden Power Fire, so it is great that I switched out there, because I take absolutely no damage from that whatsoever. And he's going to switch out here, so that leads me to believe that he is locked in via some kind of choice item, probably Choice Scarf, judging by that damage. Nonetheless, in comes the Crawdaunt, and I'm going to switch out as well into my Heliolisk. And that is not bad for me whatsoever, because now I can just go for the Volt Switch, and that is going to destroy the life of this Crawdaunt. And he couldn't very well just go for an Aqua Jet there, just because a lot of Heliolisks like to have the dry skin, and that would do absolutely nothing to me. Probably going for knockoff and or Dragon Dance there, and I was very happy that he was not Focus Sash, that is for sure. That is for show. In comes the Rotom-Frost, and I'm going to U-turn out because Crobat really doesn't want to deal with this too much. Not really, because both of his stabs are going to be super effective. Blizzard might just one-shot me, to be honest, and I also don't want to get tricked some kind of choice item. He does just go for the Blizzard. He's going to connect with it, despite the 70% accuracy. But that's not the haxy part. The haxy part is that I get frozen solid as I switch in my Umbreon. Oh, the freeze. The freeze. I do not like the freeze whatsoever. He's going to go for the Blizzard again, and I'm going to stay in, desperately trying to get up a wish or something here. And I am still frozen solid. So there's just, I don't know. There's no hope for me right now. Poor Umbreon. Poor Umbreon, always putting in so much work. But this time around, I don't know, he's an ice cube. So in comes the Latios, and I am finally going to thaw out, which is great, because if I didn't there, I would have been in a lot of trouble. I do get the wish off, going to get some lefties recovery, so this is looking okay for me. I can protect here if I really wanted to, and just ensure that I get my wish HP and get back up into a healthy range, and that is indeed what I do. He's going to switch in the Rotom-Frost again. So I'm thinking this thing might be choiced as well. So he has a couple Pokemon that are choiced. I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, the Rotom-Frost comes back in. He's going to go for the Thunderbolt. And it's hard to tell which one is Specs and which one is Choice Scarf, just because neither of them are really doing that much damage to me. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if I had to guess that the Latios might be choice specs because it did more damage or around the same damage as the Thunderbolt from Rotom-Frost. So I don't know what I'm talking about. Just speculating here. But I'm going to go into my Scizor, and he's going to hit me up with a Thunderbolt, and that does a lot of damage. So maybe he is specs, and the Latios is Choice Scarf. I don't know. I don't even know. He's going to switch into the Tyrantrum here, which is a little bit of a curious switch, just because the Bullet Punch was fairly obvious. But he's just going to straight up die to that. And Tyrantrum is no slouch on the physically defensive side. He actually has some pretty decent bulk. His base defense is over 100, I know that much. So, but that does get him a free switch into the Latios, and I'm like, you know what? The Hidden Power Fire is coming. I don't care if you want to try to like play some mind games or anything. I have to switch. I can't risk Scizor just dying. So I'm going to switch into the Heliolisk here, and I do have the Dark Pulse. So that's going to do a lot of damage. And no flinch whatsoever. So there's the Hidden Power Fire, and that's going to bring me down to 20 HP, and we're going to go for another Dark Pulse, not be able to kill this thing, but wait, we get a crit. So that is a bit unfortunate. That obviously mattered. It would have survived. I could have come in and just revenged him with Scizor at that point, but that means, you know, I get another Dark Pulse off on this, and he's just in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to go for the Thunderbolt. That's going to do enough to take out Heliolisk because he only had like 20 HP. That's really nothing. That is nothing whatsoever. In comes Yumi, because Yumi has not seen any action. So we might as well just go for a Surf here. This thing is obviously specs because Starmie outspeeds it. So that is that. And that is the end of the match. Oh, that was his last Pokemon. Okay, I thought he had one more after that, but apparently not. I was thinking them a while had to come in, but I forgot that it kind of just got foddered off and destroyed by the Scizor. So, very interesting match. I was really excited to see quite a few of these Pokemon in action. I really wish that Zebstrika would have been able to do a little bit more. And the Tyrantrum as well. But what I didn't want to happen was that Tyrantrum to set up Dragon Dances and just destroy my life. It did get up one, but it wasn't enough to you know, start sweeping or anything like that. But as for what's on his team, I really want to try Zebstrika. I have to get one bred. I don't know what kind of set I want to run on it, though, because Sap Sipper's a little bit gimmicky. It doesn't really have a physical move pool to use. I mean, it gets Wild Charge, it gets Facade, but it really doesn't get much. So I don't know if a Sap Sipper set would be viable at all. I don't know if it would work, to be honest. But I do want to try a Lightning Rod set, so that's probably what I'll do. Anyway, I'm just kind of going off on a tangent here. That is it for this time, guys. So thank you very much for watching. And as always, and do not forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, because it does help out a lot. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. Coming up later this week, I'm going to be taking a lot of battles just because I'm just starting to run a little bit low in the stockpile that I built up last month, basically. So if you guys want to battle me, you want a chance, I've noticed quite a few things in the comment section asking for battles and that kind of stuff. And I don't normally take challenges just in the YouTube comments, just because it's impossible for me to keep track of all of it. And sometimes YouTube is really cool and an awesome person and doesn't notify me when people comment back on stuff that I commented on. So sometimes if I don't get back to you, that may be what happened. So the easiest way to set up battles or ask me anything would be through my Twitter, and that is in the description below. If you guys are not following me on there, you should. It's the easiest way to interact with me. So if you want to battle, you want to get something set up, definitely hit me up there, and I try to respond to everybody. So that is that. That's all I wanted to say. So we'll be having some subscriber battles coming up later this week and into next week via Twitter. So that is that. I will see you guys for the next battle, but until then, game on.